Today, I want to talk about the top 4 reasons why e-commerce businesses fail. But first, before I start, if you like any of my videos, if you like this video, please feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you know somebody that can benefit from this video as well, share it with them. Put it in front of their face. Send them the link. All right, so I want to talk about this topic of e-commerce businesses failing because I see it happen a lot. In my career, since I've launched my business, I've worked with over 1,000 companies in all different types of forms and fashions, and I've just seen some common trends of what turns companies towards a success versus what turns them towards a failure. And Shopify did a study back in 2016 where they looked at all the businesses that started with Shopify and started their own business from 2016 to 2021. And 50% of those companies failed from 2016 to 2021. And in fact, 1 in 5 of those companies failed within the first year of starting. So what's going on here? What's the common theme of why companies are failing? Or why are major marketing managers failing within e-commerce brands? What's happening here? So I break it down to 4 things. And the first one is being tactical versus being strategic. Both components are needed. You do need to be tactical. You need to be strategic. But one of the things I see companies make a mistake with a lot is they're only tactical. They only do things for the moment. They are not planning things out. In fact, this stat is wild. Harvard Business Review posted a recent study where it said 70% of companies start their businesses without a plan. So that's just mind-blowing to me. Think about if you're going on a road trip, like if you're driving from New York to California, you plan things out. You have a car, decide if you're going to drive your car, if you're going to do a rental. You're going to decide if you're going to be flying back or driving back. You look at the hotels that you're going to stay in. You plan how many hours you're going to drive. You put together all these details. So why wouldn't you do that for a business? Being a business is probably one of the most difficult ventures that you will partake in your life, probably outside of having kids. So why wouldn't you put together a plan? So what is being tactical versus being strategic? Tactical is you're doing things for the moment. You're doing things for the short-term benefit. Like maybe I wake up today and I want to put on a coupon to send it out to my customers to see if I can get an extra sale or two. I get a discount, I give them a discount and I get a few more sales in. That's tactical. That's doing things for a short-term gain versus strategic. Strategic may be a little more thought out. Maybe I'm doing a discount to all new customers so we can grab at least a name and also grab an email and phone number from them. So when, a year or 6 months from now, we can hit them on a variety of channels. And when things are urgent and there's very last minute sales, we could send them a text message to say, hey, this sale ends at midnight. We want to get this in front of you. Another example of being more strategic is looking at your sales from this year in terms of your holiday promotions, the Black Friday, and seeing who are the last minute buyers and noting that and putting together specific campaigns next year that are going to address last minute buyers to get them to be aware of sales early on so you can push them over the edge to buy more product. So there's a lot of ideas of thinking about strategic versus being tactical. Strategic is doing things that right now that may not necessarily have a huge benefit for you right now, but they will have benefit over time. Versus tactical is doing things just for right now with no plan of how it's going to play out in the future. So the first reason why a lot of companies fail is they fail to only be tactical and they don't really have any strategy behind what they're doing. They don't come up with a long-term plan, a bigger picture. Number 2, delegation. I see this more than I like to admit. A lot of companies that fail, they are poor at delegating tasks and assigning things, giving ownership to teammates, or even having teammates to give things to so they can do it. And they try to do everything themselves. They try to control the process and they believe that they are the only person that can get the end result. This is a recipe for failure because being one person, you cannot do it all, and you're not the best at everything. And if you go into your business with that mindset, you're never going to be able to scale more than what you can handle. And you're like a hamster running on a treadmill. You're running in circles and you have a limit. But when you delegate and you have people on your team that can help you take ownership of things that you have initially built out and scale it and take it to the next level, that's when you really start to see more results with your business. So a recent study that I looked up showed that 53% of companies, only 53% of companies believe that delegating, 20% of their tasks or delegating tasks to their employees, their teammates, is going to ideally lead to increase in revenue or performance by 20% or more. So that leaves almost 47% of people that don't really think, or they're not proactive about delegating things. So number 2 is delegation. You have to delegate. If you're not delegating, you have a very expensive, a very stressful job. That's what you have. Number 3, building strong systems that are designed to optimize your performance over time. I see so many companies that, like I said, going back to the first point, they're just focused on the now. But you have to, growth is not an instant experience. It's not an instant moment. It takes time to grow. You have to put foundation and systems in place and test those systems to make them better and improve them over time so they are contributing to the growth of your business. So number 3 is about building long-term sustainable systems. And number 4 is being disciplined in your self-development as a leader. Whether you're a marketing manager, marketing director, or VP, or you're a founder, you have to carve out time to consistently work on your skill sets and your gaps, and of understanding your abilities to lead, to influence, and lead the charge on building strong systems. I look at it this way. If you are a $250,000 company or $1 million company, you need to start identifying people that are maybe in a $5 to $10 million company that you can spend time with, get resources, ideas, books that you can study, and treat it. A lot of us have been to school, whether you went to college, you finished your master's, or you stopped at high school. But when you think about school, there's a curriculum. There's a end destination. They want you to have a certain level of skills when you graduate. It's one of the easiest formats that you can model for how you develop yourself. Put together a curriculum. Identify the skill sets that you need to acquire in order to level your leadership and your understanding up, and treat it like you're in school again. Treat it like a series of courses that you are taking to get to the next level of how you operate. I see so many leaders that, or so many business owners, and sometimes business managers in the e-commerce space, that they are not working on their self. They're not working on the skill gaps that they have. And the skill gaps is what stop you from growing. Because if you don't understand a certain concept and you're not delegating to the right tasks, you're not building effective systems, you will not grow, your team will not grow, and the business will not grow, or that department will suffer. So I think the last thing that I've seen that is so critical to keeping your business around and growing instead of it failing is self-development and being very disciplined about that. So those are the 4 things that I've seen are some of the top reasons why e-commerce brands fail, or even marketing managers within e-commerce roles. So if you like this video and you felt like this video added value for you, please hit the like and subscribe button and share it with somebody that you feel may need this video. All right, I'll talk to you guys next time.